Alright, so last week, or this Monday technically, we talked about a lot of Tracer matchups, 1v1s on the DPS roster. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at just some random gameplay I found online of this Tracer player. He's a Masters player, which means he's not going to be the greatest in the world, but there's going to be enough fundamentals, hopefully, that we can see kind of getting applied that we talked about last week, that we'll be able to kind of see it in action and kind of comprehend it a little more in the flow of a game. And I'm going to be trying to like talk about it in the concept of like everything is like a small 1v1, so to speak, or like a small duel. Like this character is trading favorably here, so on and so forth, and like the way that it's working out, right? So let me restart this video here. So I hope he doesn't speak the whole time. I think we'll be good. So starting out, we see this ball just rolling through. It's like, what is he doing? Tracer's perfect for this sort of thing where you can kind of chase these people down, right? Even though he's really fast, Tracer's faster. In my opinion, technically in this matchup, he should have been a lot more responsive to this ball flying into his backline. Like the moment he sees him commit to this pile drive, he could be blinking to the high ground much sooner, technically, and he also wastes that one blink. But chasing down is really good like this, especially because he didn't check, but oftentimes that first like bend is really hard to get any plays for the defending team. So like it's really safe for the Tracer to just like full commit and just chase him down. Here he's taking the duel against that. He's just playing that corner, like he's not committing super hard because look, the people are on the high ground, right? So as the concept we discussed earlier is that like you want to, like the Hanzo's on that high ground, you want to LOS him so he's not just shooting you randomly. Now you gotta be careful because that he is peeking him a little bit, right? But he's playing this cover, you know, somewhat disciplined, right? And he's forcing out that Reaper who's like too aggressive, right? See, we look to our left, the Reaper is just sitting on this corner, he should not be standing here. And he's forced out. So now, because he's forced out, there's people on the high ground and the Reaper's forced out low ground, which means, and the ball, by the way, this entire time has been getting health back because he wasted it all. Now this Tracer is able to like get aggressive and start taking space and keep maintaining like this duel. There he gets his recall forced because he kind of just flounders against this ball. He's using a lot of his resources, if you notice, just kind of flagrantly. Like it's fine to blink in, it's fine. But this blink is too much. It's like, okay. Other than taking the duel against the Reaper and keep forcing him out, it's like, what is that blink for? The health back's already been taken. So keep in mind that when we're talking about this gameplay, we're gonna be taking a look at like some of the things that are mistakes as well. Just keep in mind that like you can play well while still make mistakes. So now because he got himself forced out by like kind of messing up his blinks when the ball was right in front of him, he's down the recall here. But the thing about this Reaper is that like it's really easy for the Tracer to just keep harassing him from the distance, right? Now this Brig has dropped from high ground, right? See, the moment that we see this Brig here, we could be blinking away, and he messes up his blink here. He ends up blinking like into the wall, which is still within like bashing distance, right? And because of that, he gets his recall forced, and he's forced out. So he messed up the movement, didn't respect the distance, and now he kind of has to chill again. But everyone's on low ground, so that's the thing that Tracer's really good at is even if you make the mistake, you get the recall, and you still have the ability with your mobility to kind of even it out a little bit. Also, is Doom back yet? Question mark.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now, earlier we noticed everyone's on, like, drop from high ground, which means this flank is basically completely open, although by this point our team is, oh, well, our tank's dead, so it's up in the air. The Ana's low ground. Okay, so he basically just took the RNG on the sleep there. Notice how really pay attention to this interaction. We blink into the Ana's face, we start going for some damage. he doesn't react to the animation, right? You see the Ana's animation of her moving her arm. He doesn't react to the animation or the sound. He doesn't even use a blink. So basically, he's just... I mean, if that Ana was even slightly better, she would hit that sleep because he is not varying his movement at all in this situation. And a better Tracer would, like, blink behind her, right? Also, keep in mind, this is old gameplay I'm just now noticing because, like, they're 150 HP. But the fundamentals are going to be basically the same. This is a good pull. Oh my god, don't kill yourself with the bomb. Okay. Jeez! What the heck? Good pulse otherwise. If that Ana even just walked into him at all, he would have died, which is kind of funny. So now he's chasing the ball because the team's dead. As the Tracer here, I would probably just camp. You don't even really need to chase. Although, you do need to be aware of his escape. There he was not. You're just gonna let him out. Yeah. So, now we're taking this duel with the Kiriko here. We do have to be careful because the cast was on high ground, right? If we notice, they kind of walk out together. So he kind of ends up staying in that cast's LOS a little too long, and a better cast, of course, would have shot him. But he ends up, the second blink is a little better, but the cast can still walk forward, which is probably why he felt the need to recall, is because he can kind of just get bursted down. So really, like, so far, a really big thing that we're seeing on this guy in terms of what he could do better is placing the blinks to where he's more safety, like knowing where safe cover and positions are based on the situation that you're in, and blinking to it while the fight kind of breaks down, so that you force the enemy to like take a 1v1, for example, instead of getting shot at by two people. Okay, so there's the Kiriko here. Taking duels with Kiriko in close range like that is kind of just not worth it, because even if you get her low, she's gonna teleport out, and you're gonna like be stuck on that flank with no health packs. Okay, he doesn't. He hears the wrecking ball, but he just recalls. He definitely could have just blinked out. Dude, what is he gonna start like clowning on these fools?
He hasn't locked in yet.
It's real. Oh yeah, here's a little bit of tech if you didn't know about this wall right here.
Noted.
Oh my goodness, that was so bad. He should not have gotten any value there. I'm sorry. He's blinking in like from the main angle here, so to speak, like right in front of his face, and the only reason he didn't kind of get blasted is because the cat or the Sigma was putting good pressure on him at the same time, which is really hard to like. Unless he knew that was gonna happen, yeah. It's in the LOS of both of that cast's healers, right? You see that the cast is like the Kiriko and the Ana both shooting him from there. This commit is basically useless unless he's trying to force something.
Not to mention, closing a great distance in a straight line towards the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a good idea. But just the cast didn't land the shot this time.
Yeah.
Which happens. But...
And like honestly, if you double blink into a cast, you really do have to respect the grenade at that point, because he could throw it at you, it could lock onto you, and even if you blink again, it could still tag you. Like, we saw that in the video yesterday or earlier this week. Like, it's scary stuff. So yeah, the multiple reasons why that was bad. This is really good. He ended up catching the wrecking ball, kind of luck, but being in the right place in the right time for that sort of thing. Realizing that when the wrecking ball is slow or low after he goes in for an engagement, he's only gonna get like health packs. So in that matchup, if you know he just went on your team, you can kind of beat him to the punch going to a health pack. Sometimes you can even take it, but just finishing him off as he's like going for that is really strong. Yeah, like he's doing the same thing again. He's just walking at the cast, and this time he got punished, right? What is... okay. This is alright. I mean, he's on the high ground, so trade tank. There's no reason to stay in. Mercy. Yeah, Mercy got out. Okay. This is the lesson for all you Tracer players. If your Mercy's in, try to utilize your spacing so she can fly to you to get out if she needs to. Okay, so they're down Kiriko now. Where's our tank? I would really prefer him to be looking at like where his tank is. So the Reaper was watching the left flank here. He ends up going for some shots. This is just a little too close for my comfort on a Reaper. I think if I saw a Reaper here in this situation, I would have immediately looked to walk a different flank. And this is kind of a really big part about mobility, is the chance to outmaneuver the enemy is really important, because Reaper, in order to stand here, his effective range of what he can do is, obviously he's got the shotgun's close range, but you have to think about his mobility, where he gets one teleport, and he definitely does not want to use Wraith to reposition, because then he can't do anything. So like, he's kind of stuck here, and the rest of the map is kind of uncontested. Like, under him is uncontested, around is uncontested. You could literally blink out into the open if you really wanted, and like go under. But lingering here and taking 2 shots, I mean, you trade some HP, so as long as you get your healing, which he does, it's not the worst thing. It's just you have to realize you're trading in that situation as opposed to going for like more value. Yeah. Oh, but it says stuck and he recalled? That's crazy. So going for that pulse is fine. A little risky considering the cast, but... Oh yeah. That was really good from him. Yeah, this is really good. Okay. So he used recall. So technically, I think these players just assumed that, oh, the player used recall, this Tracer's not going to go for anything, right? But, you know, the cast also did use his sticky nade, which means the threat on this Tracer is a lot lower. And the reason this is so much different from the other engages is partially luck on his part, let's be honest. But look, you see this? What do you guys notice about this? I know it might be a little...
They're lined up.
They're lined up is one thing, I agree. But what Arbus said as well, no one's looking at this Tracer, which means he actually has a free range to just like get an entire clip before they turn around. And because he gets the entire clip, the matchup is completely different now. He got the drop on them. And this is the concept we talked about a little bit in the last in the concept review, is like getting the drop on the enemy. In this situation, he has it. So look, before they even react at all, which the cast decides I'm gonna walk away, the Honest is like looking around like, what do I do? He takes this duel and kills her. And something I actually kind of respect as well is he ends up making his movement unpredictable. You see how he kind of jumps off a little bit, but then uses the blink to get across to the other high ground? From the Honest perspective, she's like, oh god, the Tracer's behind me, let me turn around. And then this unpredictable movement to jump off not only makes it harder to shoot her, but also now she's just behind the Ana. Look how this Ana like wants to go for a sleep, but do you see how terribly she like aimed that? Just because the movement was so unpredictable, like that guy's ankles were destroyed. And on top of that, even if the sleep was somewhat close to like being like to that Tracer, then he had the extra blink to kind of, once the sleep comes out, you can kind of blink into the Ana to like line up more damage because there's significantly less threat on you. And the cast left the Ana, so you can keep going. Oh my goodness. Stop. Okay, never take a one-on-one trade with the cast like this. Like, if the cast is looking at you, you really should just be like LOSing, waiting.
Should not fight him.
It's so much damage, dude. He just gets...
He's bigger than you, he hits harder than you, everything is bad. He's got... Yeah.
Yeah, cast is scary. So literally all you have to do is you just play with his attention. You say, oh, I blinked in. Oh, he's looking at me. I blinked out. And guess what? Your team is going to shoot him for free while he's trying to shoot the air. And then the moment you peek again to see, oh, is he still looking at me? Oh, he's shooting my Ash. Now I go blink in and clip him, right? It's all about playing with attention and knowing when you can go aggressive. And so really you should be paying attention when you're playing a character like Tracer. Is the enemy like respecting me? Is the enemy paying attention to me? because especially at lower ranks, you're gonna realize that like the situation where he got the flank on the Ana is gonna be significantly more common than the situation where they're catching you on the flank. And that's where you get your bread and butter value as this character is just like, okay, is just going for the kill like that. What? Okay. So he opts to kind of like, he has a lot of downtime right now. What is he doing? Yeah, a lot of downtime from this player. The Reaper was alive, but he just didn't like contest him at all. But it's fine. That Ana is lost. I'm sorry. She's so lost. Not too bad so far. We'll speed up a little here. Oh, the ball is in. This is a great time to chase. So we've look at that. You see this? If you're Tracer into ball, if you notice that he uses adaptive shields just for you like chasing him in the neutral when he has no team, this is a huge win for you. You already like got so much value in this instance, and look, he has full HP, full blinks, full recall, everything, right? And he basically forced that for nothing, which means for the ball player, it's significantly harder for him to justify going for an engagement on your team in the next like 15 seconds just because of this alone. So now he has to leave. So now we've gotten all this space completely uncontested, whereas before if the ball was smarter, he'd be holding the space and kind of like imagine if the ball was here with full resources standing on this high ground and the Tracer's like blinking up. He'd probably be shooting the Tracer and it'd be like a lot more even, so to speak, right? But that ball gave up the space. Oh, basically exactly like what just happened, because this Tracer player got almost too. He got too greedy. Like he won space, but he's chasing down for no reason, right? Because his team, once he turns back, you'll even see. It's like he's going for some damage, but look, suddenly this trade is not so favorable because look, he's got the healers, the cast is sitting on the other side, and our team is like pushing cart. We're all the way like 2 corners down, right? He's kind of wasting his blinks as well. He's like, he blinked in to do like 50 damage to the ball, and now he has all his blinks forced. So now the Wrecking Ball realizes, oh, this guy used all his blinks. I still have all my HP. I can take this 1v1. And thus he does, right? And now he got his recall forced, which means now this Tracer can't do anything. So in terms of like the turn-based part of this game, now that the Tracer got the recall forced, she can't do anything. Her turn is over, and the Wrecking Ball, he's gonna get his adaptive shields like sooner because he used it earlier, right? Which means he's gonna be able to go on the team slightly less contested from this Tracer. And the cast as well is now taking that high ground. Look, see, here we go. The ball's going in, and we still can't do much. Now that being said, the ball overextended and died, but he left that opening. Careful, because of this Reaper. What? Yeah, you see this? He's not really... He looks very uncomfortable in that Reaper Tracer matchup. Where the Reaper has that very close range, like, damage potential, which he realized, like, once he was in his face, was like, oh wait, this is... What am I doing? You know? He's like, oh my goodness, I have the recall. I just out of panic. In this situation, like... If I was this Tracer, I know this Reaper's over here and his team is dead, so he's gonna have like not very many resources. But I wouldn't have double blinked like this. I would have just used one blink to cross, and I would have kind of like, instead of fully committing while walking into the room, you can kind of just bait the room a little bit. Like, you just kind of stand outside, you kind of clear the angles a little bit. See, notice how he's turning right, where he's not really like paying attention to the left, and because of that, he got blindsided. And now he's just too close. And on top of that, even more, he's in like pretty close distance to this Reaper, where if he landed his shots, it would not be like that great of a favorable trade. In that situation, like, don't be afraid as the Tracer to even use your last recall or last blink, just to like blink to the side, right? Because the more space you create against that Reaper, in general, is going to be better for you, because you'll be able to poke him down. Now, we end up forcing his Wraith probably sooner than he probably needed to. But then we blink into the Reaper. It's like, come on, man. Like, he's gonna have support out there. He's gonna get, and now the ball comes. Like, just dangerous. You want to wait till after his Wraith so you can choose whether to commit instead of saying, well, I'm committed. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's ugly.
Anna saved you.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you played bad.
Yeah, this is just some random Masters gameplay I found, so I'm trash talking him.
That's good.
Nah, that's not bad. I'm sure that cast just used his nade like on the previous interaction. And now this Anna's not paying attention. I will say, obviously that Anna is terrible, and the Tracer has like played enough against that Anna to know that like this guy's just not gonna hit shots. But if that Anna is hitting shots, like the moment that she turns around, you want to go like the moment it's okay. Let me rephrase. As she's turning around, you kind of want to go for a blink to mix up where you are, because all she knows is she got like blindsided by a Tracer behind her, so she's like, oh god, I have to turn on this, I'm panicking now. But if you immediately blink to another location, especially if you blink before she sees you, she's not going to be able to see the tracer of the blink, because it shows you which direction you blink, right? It'll go away quickly, which means not only will she have had a clip from behind her, she's going to turn around, and then you're going to be behind her again. She's going to have no idea which angle, right? So, like, you're really kind of maximizing the confusion when you go for those early blinks, like, after the clip. Yeah, this is good. Shooting the supports that, like, have to be healing. Okay, you didn't have to recall there. What are you doing? What is that? Why would you do that? Okay, that was ugly. Look, the Kiriko just teleported away with 1 HP. The only real target she could teleport to is that Reaper. First of all, the recall was obviously, like, a little much, because you weren't just going to die instantly. I would have much preferred to see this Tracer, like, use every cooldown just to chase that Kiriko right now, instead of, like, getting stuck like this.
Blink left for the mini, or, like, do literally anything but press E.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And then, on top of that, the cherry on top is his escape route is into a cast, the loving arms of a Cassidy on the flank, where he just dies.
This is just thinking about the Mega too much. Was not aware enough of the other health packs. There's 2 health packs to his left to escape to.
And realizing that he can get away with more in that situation than he thinks, because half the team is dead. And, like, the cast only just got back, which means if he blinks, like, into his team to punish the Kiriko, like I said, the cast would likely not have LOS if you properly play cart cover. Now, by the way, just keep in mind, for anyone who might be watching this and getting a little overwhelmed, this is Masters gameplay, which means the mistakes he's making are Masters level mistakes, and the things that he's doing correctly are Masters level, so to speak, right? So, this is just this is like I would call this mid-level, to be honest, mid to high level, approaching high level. So the mistakes that you're gonna see are gonna be a lot more. You're gonna be able to capitalize them a lot more often than not in, like, Diamond and Below. See this? Oh my poor guy. Oh no.
Yeah, this Ana is way better than the Ana on the other team. That's for sure.
Yeah, and look, the enemy team is just playing main, which means the Tracer blinks in from the side angle. He does this the whole fight, right? He's defaulting to the high ground on the off angle. He gets value on this Reaper. Okay, that guy's dead. Now we keep blinking in. We see the cast and the Lucio main on top of the Kiriko. And our team is just ulting going in. We can go super aggressive. We're on the off angle still. This is perfect. He doesn't even need to have aim. He just cleans him up. Oh, we gotta carry the Reaper. The Lucio's respawn. Whoa! A little tunnel vision, but that's okay. This is just cleanup now. In overtime contests, you really want to kill supports. Oh, he missed the flex. That's actually so sad. You really want to prioritize supports, so like this Lucio needs to die. Oh my. Yep, now we need to kill the Kiriko. She's sleeping. Yep. Now we kill this Tracer. That being said, you don't necessarily have to focus Lucio. Okay, target focus is a very complex topic. We can talk at a different time. But if the Tracer is like on your backline, actively causing a threat, you can turn on her, for example. But other than that, he gets carried a little bit. Not gonna lie, but we'll keep watching. I think it's educational. So we hear they have ball. The ball is swinging in. This is perfect for us. Okay, I don't know why you're... He just looks a little lost in the movement sometimes, but... Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. If you're gonna take the duel with the ball, okay, first realize you're playing the long game. You're not gonna burst this guy down instantly, right? I think that's the first thing we should all agree on. Like, it's good to follow him, but you don't need to blink into his face and take 1 billion damage for no reason. All you have to do...
It's about zoning him.
Yeah, you can literally stand where he was just standing. You don't need to blink in, right? And you just shoot. You just shoot him. And if he goes out of... Look at this. You see he exited ball form to go into his gun form. This, if he was playing outside of the room, all he would have to do is walk to the cover the moment he takes out his guns so that you don't get damage forced on yourself. And then he's just kind of sitting there doing nothing. And then the moment he goes into ball form again, you just start shooting him again, right? You need to be able to flip between those two very quickly to kind of identify like what the ball is doing, because he can't shoot you in ball form, but it's a lot more menacing when he can kind of fight back, right? And using all your blinks like this is obviously terrible, because then he's going to run you down. Now he gets away with it because he's within his team, but he could have done the exact same thing and still have literally every cooldown.
Yeah. Just because you can use your resources for shit doesn't mean you should. Basically, yeah. I've got a whole rant about that.
This is alright. He messes up his movement and drops on accident. I actually respect not recalling there a lot. It was a good save. Yep. What? Just blink. Just blink again. He's half HP. He might be able to finish that. But I just don't think you trusted his mechanics there. Okay, don't peek that. Yep. Alright. Not terrible. He's got some understanding. Execution is obviously very flawed. Okay, that guy used... Oh, by the way, if Wrecking Ball uses like his adaptive shields and he gets 1 billion HP, you don't need to really chase him yet. You can kind of just let him be, because like he's not even actively engaging. So like that's just extra HP that he's gonna like forcefully take the duel with you, because you're actually giving him value by allowing him to take the duel with the shields on. So and you've kind of given up your positioning and he kind of just runs away.
He uses the shield, which means he can't go for a full commit anymore. So you can just wait for his next cycle, basically. All you have to do is sit around and control health packs.
Oh no! You can't hesitate. If you're gonna go for that pulse, you gotta hit it immediately. Yeah, this is good. Yep. No, that honest sucks so bad. She missed the point blank sleep again. We take those. Man, they don't make Masters players like they used to. Just kidding. Masters players always look like this.
It was kind of scuffed, but I don't think it.
That's unfortunate. Hanzo one shot. Nope, stop! Just stop. Just don't. Please. There you go. Don't let them res, please. Yep. This is good. He's LOSing Hanzo and taking the duel. Kind of... He looks very uncomfortable on Tracer, I'll say. But, whatever. Good try. The Hanzo dead. Oh. Good chase. I like that chase a lot. Following up on that rock, very good idea.
I don't know. He looks comfortable on Tracer, just does not have a full set of tools in his belt yet.
Okay, I'll be more specific. He looks comfortable on Tracer, but it's when he's going for the engage, he looks lost. Like making the decision in the engage, like
Yes.
where to blink, so on and so forth. Like, okay, whatever. That's fine. Okay, but after she's not antied, just give up, please. Whatever, it worked. Yeah. Yep. This is good. But like, notice how, even though he's making like a lot of mistakes, he's not feeding, and that is the important difference. That is why he's masters in the first place. Is like, even though he's like, this is something you should really realize, is that like, you don't have to be mechanically gifted at the game to climb. You just have to not make stupid decisions. That's really what the game comes down to, oftentimes, is just not making the decision that's going to instantly lose the fight for you, right?
Yes.
Nope, not challenging it.
Restraint. So personally, I'd be watching under, yeah, because the ball just comes through the touch point. So, looking for a pulse bomb. I don't hate it. Just missed. He just walked into it. Okay. Yep. Chase him. Good. Good stuff. Alright. Not terrible. Alright, so now let's see, that was about 30 minutes? Yep, alright. We're gonna watch TSM Rokit Perfect Match in Face It Masters, TSM vs Shikigami.
Oh wow. Different.
By the way, Arba, since you're here, something I thought was really interesting. So TSM is like one of the only orgs in Pro Overwatch right now, and they have Chopper, CJ, Mateball, which is half of the Regen team before I was on Regen.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Those
And I think Noctis was on that team too. I'm not sure.
I will be back.
Okay. I will full screen. Yep, switches TP. Notice that small detail. TP's his team out on Sim, and then blinks out. So there's a lot of high-level concepts I could be talking about, but I'm really going to be focusing on 1v1 trades. He ends up taking this positioning, which they try to challenge him, but it ends up working out for him. Not overcommitting, not playing too, just playing with his team, right? Nothing too complicated. Just take the right positioning, make at the right moments, and don't leave an opening.
brawl with the squad when you have one blink,
Yeah.
and then taking the tiny off angle as soon as he has all three.
So something to keep in mind is that, like, for these players especially, the Tracer v Tracer matchup matters a lot, because it's kind of, Tracer is kind of the only person who can truly contest another Tracer, right? So you're gonna watch a lot of Tracer 1v1s throughout this match. So he ends up getting the blink behind, right? And because he has recall advantage, he's basically already won this, because the Tracer has no blinks to like leave. And the Lucio player, Magic Mateball, at the perfect moment comes for the blink to just really finish it off.
Yeah, Mateball here is no recall.
Let's run him down.
Seeking Missile activated. Yep. Instantly turn.
So it gets a little scrappy, because keep in mind that Mateball had to turn, making it a 1v2, which means the rest of the game was, or the other fight on the high ground was 3v4 technically, sort of. So they end up trading for Mateball somehow, but they win the fight because they're up one, right? And now they're staggering. Staggering as Sojourn, that's crazy. Just BM, honestly. No, it's good. So look, notice how this Tracer is taking space wide from her team, even though they're on like a brawlier comp with the Ramacho, right? Because look, the Tracer, there she is. He knows exactly where the Tracer wants to be in this 1v1. I think, honestly, I might just only talk about the Tracer 1v1, just to keep it, like, palatable. So he's just holding the space. They're poking from a long distance because, look, even though they're not doing much damage, neither of them are doing much. And so whoever gets the slight edge on the damage here, like, can potentially mean that, like, the Tracer can walk in, right? If the Tracer, if he ends up doing, like, 50 damage and he kind of avoids the 50 damage from the other guy's side, then he can use that to, like, carve out some space and to start, like, to be the opening for the team potentially. That being said, the team fight ends up happening, and Rokit was in position to, after, like, matching the Tracer, right, to go engage with his team and to get at least some value. And now the enemy Tracer ends up taking that leave of absence from the Tracer to say, okay, now I'm going to take space. But guess what? The fight's already won. See that? We get 2 picks. So now, Rokit here, all he has to do is contest cart. He doesn't even have to, like, kill the Tracer immediately, though he's already getting help to the point where that's going to happen.
Yeah, he's going here. Go back to right after the zoning.
The zoning on the Tracer.
Yeah, this is perfect.
So,
Sides,
yeah.
okay, the team's walking, so he's going up. But look at the awareness here.
he's still checking to see if the Tracer's committing, even this whole time.
Yeah, he's anticipating the point touch or what the. It would have been good for Don Twist to, like, blink onto Rokit instead of the point maybe here.
If Dan Twist realized that Rokit was going for this value, then yeah, I definitely think so. Although, I mean, that'd be better for Dan Twist to do, but I don't think. Actually, it definitely could have made the difference.
That look back right there was what I wanted to
Yeah.
point out. There's a lot of looking around going on.
Because notice how I said in the other VOD that getting the drop is a really crucial factor on as the Tracer, like, to get value. And so it's the same is also for people who aren't the Tracer, or even the Tracer herself. You never want the drop to be had on you, which is why awareness and looking around is so important. Because the moment you don't look at one of these Tracer players is the moment they're going to blink in and clip you in the head.
Yep.
And they will know.
You're dead.
So he's still holding this off-angle space. He's also, keep in mind, providing scouting for his team. He says, oh, Lucio Tracer main. Okay, let me blink back immediately. Take no damage. Oh, team's full rotating. Alright, I have to be ready to run away because the whole team is coming this way. This space is not something I'm going to be able to hold. Now, Dan Twist notices, like, oh, he kind of overextended for that peak because he used all his blinks, right? Let me take this duel a little bit. Dan Twist has, like, one extra blink here, but guess what? Doesn't matter. Rokit better. L plus ratio. And so he ends up forcing his recall anyway. Oh!
Yeah, at the health deficit and the cooldown deficit, he just wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even though Dan Twist has beat there, he plays like, he understands that the enemy team has the advantage here, and he just plays to hold and wait for his team to have a better position to actually do something. Look, the blue team even gives up point. You notice that? Because the red team used Sojourn Rail and Beat, and they just used Beat to sustain, but because of that, like, they traded ults favorably, and they're at 0%, so they have the entire point to give in order to take one advantageous fight that they know they can win. So that's a little bit of macro there, but it ties into the decision making that Rokit is making, where he says, I don't have to commit on this. The Tracer is beat, even though I forced a recall, like, they have the initiative here, and because of that, I'm not going to force my own recall. Because if he had gone in and got his recall forced, now that his team is walking, you see this, the Ramancha drops, the Lucio's there, the Sojourn's walking up. If he didn't have recall here, he wouldn't be able to do anything. So he's looking for some frontline value. He's kind of providing some distraction. But something that really, I mean, look at that target focus, man. Wow. The Sojourn's just sitting on point. She's sitting on point. One clip goes into the Sojourn and a recall. And then Sojourn and the Kiriko like clean up. Really good stuff. So I won't go too much into that, but it was really good from Rokit.
Yeah, there's a really nice balance between marking the enemy tracer and
Getting value in the front line and like taking the team fight duel.
yeah.
And like notice too how the moment that Rokit gave up the side flank, Dantuous was blinking into him. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go back for this because I think it's actually really important. So he's been marking this flank the entire fight, right? Dantuous commits the second blink to get deep on the aggressive angle here, and Rokit doesn't. He kind of lost out and took a lot of damage here, so to speak, as you can notice. So instead of like forcing himself to like fully take this duel, Dantuous actually like kind of runs away because Rokit was getting healing. Once that it's kind of fully cleared, Dantuous runs away. Now he's getting like aggressive value on the main angle. And he barely straddles that line where he has 1 blink and 40 HP before he recalls. It's like, okay, man. Like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, dude. They're crazy.
I didn't notice that the first.
Alright, so again, same TP out of spawn. The location he TPs actually does kind of matter. He TPs left side here. Then he switches to Tracer. Team wants to take high ground, it seems. Enemy team, still mirror comp, but they end up taking wider right side and they get point. So, let's see how he takes this. He's playing with team for now. They ping Tracer left side. Immediately, he's aware. Because that's the first thing he's looking for. You see this? They ping the Tracer, and that's like his #1 job is to say, you can't stand here. Oh. And he got the recall there. Because Dantuous ended up overextending a little bit, taking that angle, where I think probably his Sojourn just like did like half his HP. And then Dantuous didn't die to it, but he ended up blinking out, and it was enough for the Tracer with more resources to chase him down a little bit, and to end up forcing that recall. I mean, that took some execution, right, to force that recall. Like, even his Lucio came with him just to force it. Because once this Tracer gets her recall forced, we can either kill her or kill her team. Which it looks like we're going to kill her. Yeah, Maypal dive bombs her.
Yep.
So,
Heat-seeking missile.
yep.
No Ruby. Classic Maple.
Maypal dies too.
Yeah,
Players.
kills the Tracer, dies.
Yeah. I can hear Maypal's word. He says worth.
yeah, yeah.
I can hear his little voice in my head.
I played
Like he's still alive.
I didn't know Tracer could get up there.
Yeah, there's 2 ways she can get up there. She can blink from the lion statue, or she can just blink up, literally. He's about to do it. I pre-watched.
Literally.
Wait, look at this jump. Blink. It's a lot more forgiving than you'd think.
I'm gonna do that.
Now this, I think, is a small mistake from Rokit, where he kind of lingers a little bit and just gets poked out. And gets his own recall forced. So now he's kind of forced... So like what he ended up doing is holding the supports back a little bit, where apparently that was enough for the front line to trade favorably on solo. So it like wasn't the worst thing in the world. But he has to chill now. You see how he's like in the back line of his own team? He's only going in to like get the flank play. Because it doesn't matter he doesn't have recall, because he got the flank, he got the drop, right? And the drop is worth a lot. Oh, he tries to steal the health pack, but didn't have any damage. Now look at now watch this discipline real quick. We're just cleaning up kills, right? Notice that the Sojourn's on high ground. He's looking for him. All right, let's go for this Ramatra. Blink in, try to go for the kill. Wait a second, he recalls. Why does he recall? Because the Sojourn was on high ground with Rail. He didn't know that his team was actively taking the duel with him. He just didn't want to take that chance. Discipline. Do the safe option. little bit. Okay, so he notices the Tracer under. The Tracer has that Mega, so even on this poke, like right here, he's not necessarily trading the most favorably, though he does have heals because there's like no contact being made anywhere. So the moment, so Dan Twist takes that Mega. They end up taking that space. He kind of, but look now Rokit, he retreats. He gives the space because the entire enemy team is there. If you notice, right? And he's playing slightly differently from last fight, which is just to kind of keep them on their toes. He's playing this Mega now, which means he can play kind of self-sustaining. Yeah, Dan Twist is actually marking him really well here. He's forced back. He ends up stealing that health pack too. But look, same thing that happened last fight, another macro idea is they use Kitsune and they decide, you know what if we just did nothing? And just let them take point. We're going to push back with a beat, Sojourn ult, Ramatra ult, Pulse Bomb. That's the 4-3 ult advantage that they're going to have. And it's last fight. By the way, a small rule of thumb for King of the Hill is if you have at least 87% on the cap, it means that if you win the fight in cap, there will not be another fight. Generally, is like the rule of thumb. Now, it's going to depend a little bit based on mobility, but if you win like an entire team fight in cap, they're not going to get a fight. So they don't even have to contest the point even a little bit, by the way, because of that fact. They know that they just win. It's the same thing. So they end up using shield. We're playing safe. We got our heals back, which means now we can start taking this angle. Look at this. He takes this angle, but look, he watches the one flank for it. He just a quick glance. Okay, is anyone contesting me on this angle? No. I can keep going. Oh, look at that. Now I'm getting contested. But he goes for something unexpected, where, especially because he has Pulse Bomb, he goes for the play, right? He's not necessarily going to get like a regular kill, but because of Pulse Bomb, he has the threat and the potential where even if he uses Recall, if he gets the kill, is huge. Because look, as well, the target selection is, they have beat, Noctis has beat. So if he gets that Pulse Bomb, you won the entire round. There's nothing they can do, right? On top of that, he kind of twisted Dan Twist's ankles. If you notice on this engage too, the Tracer peeks him. Right? He's just kind of standing here. Then
he hasn't blinked past in any interaction ever in this game so far, you know?
Yeah. And now he blinks past. And the team is pushing aggressively. Another part of this to realize is that Rokit is going aggressive when the team is playing with ults. He knows that the ult fight is going to happen. He knows that the beat's going to occur, which means he can be a little riskier and get away with it because the beat is going to come on top, which he doesn't actually end up getting, but it's fine. He was still safe. That's all that matters, right? And that's the theme of these players, is that they're really good at playing safe. And then when the opportunity arises, they take advantage. And now you're up a whole tank. Just win. So the Doomfist is back. He doesn't chase that kill. He's accepted the fact he ran away. We're burning the tank a little bit. Oh. Very scrappy fight. Good players are really good at making fights scrappy. But we found the Kiriko. This is pretty decisive now. And that's the round. It's only been 50 minutes. We can keep going. We'll finish this out. So this looks like it'll be one more round. This one I did not watch all the way through. So we'll see how this goes. Any questions, comments, or anything you'd like to mention from the Peanut Gallery so far? No?
Looks like no, sir.
Is it good to like yeet your Pulse Bomb instead of like trying to stick it to someone, if that makes sense? Like blinking up to them and sticking it. I see a lot of people like yeet it, as I say, like throw it into the air instead. What are the benefits?
They're trying to stick it. They're trying to stick it, but the target moved as they were going for the throw. Is what's happening.
It's just mechanically extremely difficult. I'm gonna be honest, and these players are not afraid of going for a high skill, high reward play.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah. So it's like, you can always do it better, especially with pulse bomb. But the thing about pulse bomb too is that if you hit it, it charges quickly. Keep in mind, it charges quickly, but if you hit it, you can potentially like win an entire point, right? So even if you just kind of throw it out and lose it, then, I mean, whatever. Just hit those next time. Just train better, you know. I'd say like really focus on getting consistent pulse bombs first though. Don't try to go for the crazy ones at our levels, I would say.
Okay.
Because there's gonna be big obvious ones, like the tank is low HP on the front line with no Suzu. It's like, nah, you just finish him off with pulse. Like, it's so it's so free, right? So we're in the neutral. We peeked once just to like get half a clip on the brig, because so nade comes through. Notice that nade is coming through. The Winston is jumping into, and he's not necessarily needing to go for anything aggressive. He's just trying to damage the Winston on the engage. Look, he even does like half his HP on the engage. Maybe like 100 damage, right? But then he chases him down, and he didn't do anything special. All he did was punish them for going for a play they couldn't go for. And now it's kind of clean up here. The Tracer's too aggressive, and he's gonna get help with his team to push. Easy. Yeah, they're playing a very solid comp. I actually really like D.Va with Ashe. It's just as a concept, especially on a map like this, because the Ashe is less mobile and there's more danger to the dive threat, but the D.Va allows to catch the engagement a lot more. So, on top of Brig.
Yeah, you have D.Va, Fly, and Brig boop to prevent the, like, physically the engage from connecting.
Oh, I really like this, by the way. So this is again macro. This like, okay, so we've talked a little bit about the Tracer vs Tracer, but look here, the situation's a little different now. The situation and the decision making is different. I really want you to pay attention to the enemy Tracer, Dan Twist. Look at what he does here. They're just right now the entire enemy team is sitting in choke, and look at this. 1 blink, 2 blinks. He's setting up, but immediately, this is a really cool play, I think. They bob in the choke, the bob goes deep, forces sleep, and nade, and we're in. We're in past the choke. And a big reason why this works is because Dan Twist double blinked into what is that? It's not security, because security is the first room. What is that room called? What do you call that room? Mini? I guess it's just mini. Blinked into mini, and
Where? To the left or right of the screen right now?
to the right so like there's security room, right? He blinked from security room to the other door that's right next to it. He used 2 blinks to do it. I'll just show you again. That room on the left. Because he comes out of security, that's security room.
Yeah, Winston's security right now.
And then, yes, he blinks into that room. Look, they even ping. Alright.
Sorry.
No, you're good. The rest of it will be online. There's only going to be like a couple more minutes anyway. But thank you for coming.
Yeah,
Much
thanks
appreciated.
for streaming. Bye.
But yeah, anyway, so they make this play. And because of that, it takes a lot of work, don't keep in mind. And he gets to 8 HP and blinks to the Mega, but they end up killing the backline. So high skill, high execution, but it really worked out. And their only opening there was the Tracer blinking in, on top of having Bob. Really creative way to win a fight. So let's see what they do next. Yes. So far on the micro level, like on this map, Rocket has had to do very little. It's basically been fully team play. Again, just not doing something stupid, not getting yourself forced. Really important. Okay, Winston's walking up, Tracer's walking in, nade comes out, bubble comes out, and now we nano. Let's see. Oh my gosh! That's hilarious. Look at his HP at the top right.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Burst damage.
That is so funny. What do you mean that doesn't happen anymore?
Well, they buffed his health.
This is 175. The last clip was 150.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yes.
No.
Although it is a little, this is actually more likely to happen now because armor reduces less damage against pulse bomb. Because instead of 30%, it's -5 against pulse bomb. So
Yeah.
pulsing a tank is even better than it used to be, by the way. And so the nano pulse bomb did like 500 damage to that Winston on top of micro missiles and like half a clip. Hilarious. Just absolutely hilarious. By the way, he was 3% to Primal, by the way, when that happened, so.
That sucks. I wish you
It's not the
Primal so we
worst.
could count the
Instantly losing is fine.
And they used 2 ults for it.
Yeah.
So, red team does have the advantage on the macro sense, but man, I didn't even realize that. Oh, he stuffed the Winston gauge. Listen, he doesn't have to do anything other than live. Oh, but he's pulsed. So he kind of made the mistake of getting caught out by the Winston there. It's kind of the mistake there on the macro level. Like, he ends up taking a clip plus a Winston zap, which gets his HP to half. He kind of, instead of like blinking to safety, he kind of greeds for the midi, which is really good play on the aspect to pre-walk into this room to kind of like force him out. And because of that, Dan Twist, because the Rocket had all that damage on him, he was like just focusing on living. Dan Twist can go do whatever he wants and fuck up Meatball's day, right? So he ended up not getting as much value as he could have. Oh, but they're trading! Okay, so the enemy... So Rocket kind of made a little bit of a mistake, but his team is carrying him, is what it looks like. And you know, he wasn't able to save Meatball, but at the very least, he traded his team. Notice how, actually, now that I really think about it, where was CJ? They used Pulse Bomb Nano on their Brig, basically, and the Brig died, but the Ana... Yep, yeah, look at the top.
Already in the flank. Anna's been in the flank for less than like the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, she pre-flanked, and she hit the nade on the Sojourn. Really cool support play there. So Rocket wasn't able to like stuff the Tracer at all, but it really wasn't his job, as long as he lived, right? Because even though he wasn't able to like save his Brig or like save his recall even, he still forced the attention of the really heavy hitters and lived. So that was still really good from him, right? Especially because his team was off making a play anyway. My plat brain couldn't fully comprehend it at first.
This guy, bro.
Okay, so he's going pretty aggressive this fight, if you notice. They take high ground space. Yeah, we're inting on the Sojourn. Doesn't look like it'll work out. Oh, it does with the Brig. And oh, Brig and bomb. Yeah, to push her, run her down. I think this is winnable if we hit a big pulse. Oh, okay, we have a pack. The Winston's in. Do we pulse him? Oh, this damage came out, but Suzu after. He doesn't die. He gets healed up. Yeah, this is hard to win from this position.
Teammates coming back.
It's not impossible, but it's really hard. Okay, the D.Va's trading touch, but the D.Va's like really
Recall
low.
now. We wait for our blinks.
Force Suzu again? Question mark. Oh wait, does the Winston die? The Nano came through! They stalled until Nano. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. They knew their win condition. Their only win condition was Nano. So all they had to do is like play the health pack, play the blinks, trade attention, right? Tracer stays as long as possible. Now the recall's back. This is fantastic gameplay. Oh my goodness, from the whole team. And now the Nano comes through. That's exactly enough they needed. Yeah, perfect. Wow, really good. Honestly, MVP is Mateball living on that corner and throwing out packs to the contest.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful defense, just to witness. Alright, now we just need one cap, and they win. Oh, Widow. Probably something cheeky. Yeah. Alright, let's try to notice how he takes space. Okay, so the situation has definitely changed a lot too, because so they still have the Tracer, but now they have Sigma. What the Sigma, as they say. So he's taking this flank. He's probably just gonna peek it and not do much. Yep. So he's got the break here, so he can sustain on this, but both Tracers can sustain. Not committing too hard. Now the BAP's looking too. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Amazing diff right there. Damn.
So now they have to completely leave because they're gonna get pinched on the other side if they try to stay.
I first met Rymazing when he was playing on a fucking diamond or platinum team with Grant. Like
Yeah,
years ago. That's crazy.
Rymazing's still on my friends list. I know that. Unless he egoed me, I don't know. I think Mateball unadded me. But I mean, it's understandable because you can only have so many. Alright,
Balling rivals, like, the other day.
that's funny. Oh my goodness, huge nade! Oh my gosh. Okay, that's lamp forced.
Yep,
We have pulse
now
bot.
we get
Wait,
the
now we have pulse, free pulse because of MO out. Is he gonna take the high ground? Yep.
Trying to rock you, dude.
All right. Who's getting it?
Pulse,
He missed. But we have space and pressure.
dumpster, garbage can, tracer player.
Yeah, they're all low.
Absolutely terrible.
Crying. Yo, Brick Gary! Why is Noctis flying across the map? Beautiful. Alright, that'll conclude our VOD reviews for today, our concept review. I hope that was fun. I think especially towards the end that was just beautiful to watch. Not much micro to see, but a lot of big team decision-making stuff that was still useful. Any questions? I think it's just Doom here, right? In the chat? Yeah.
Hi. No questions, couch.
Alright. Thanks for coming. I think that was a fun one today. That was fun.
Yo. You know, I was only here for half of it.
Well, the rest will be online. So,
Yep.
lots of Tracer. I love Tracer.
That's crazy. I had to go clean, that's why.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'll stop the recording here. GG.